Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 84 of the Journey's anime titled The Lucarionite Big Adventure on Mega Island just dropped, and in this episode, Ash is heading to Kalos to talk to Korrina about getting a Mega Stone for Lucario. Will he be able to find one? Let's find out. This episode begins with Ash and Go in Kalos. After we see Korrina beat a gym challenger, they go talk to her. Ash wants to Mega Evolve his Lucario so that in the Pokémon World Championships he can be a bit more powerful now that he's in the Ultra class and the competition is getting more difficult. Once they talk to her, they go outside and Korrina gives Ash the Keystone. It's actually in his glove rather than like a pendant of sorts. However, she tells him that he needs to go find the Lucarionite himself. And in a dope scene, Lucario is able to use his aura to point to where the Lucarionite might be. Mega Island. So, they head to Mega Island where Ash and Co began to look for the Lucarionite. They get into hijinks with Sableye, who causes them to fall off a snowy cliff, and they see the Abomasnow that made the place so icy. After being saved by Dragonite and Flygon, they see a Pidgeot and Aerodactyl fighting, which causes so much wind that it splits up our heroes. Go and Lucario on one side of the island, and Ash and Korrina in another. More comedy hijinks as Go and Lucario land on a Camerup's volcano and they have to run away from lava spewing everywhere. While doing that, Go captures a Camerupt that seems to be chill, and he notices that Lucario struggles in the heat due to being a steel type, so he brings out his Panpour to cool him down with Rain Dance. Eventually, they get out of the volcano area and Lucario, like before, starts using its aura to find Ash as well as where the Lucarionite is. Ash senses this too, so from the opposite side of the island, both of them run towards it. They get to a place with rocks that looks like steel, and apparently the place is called Steel Forest, and after reuniting, Ash has Lucario use Aura Sphere to break that rock that contains the Lucarionite. Except when they do, the Lucarionite just hovers in the air. Turns out that's because there's a Mega Island Sage with an Alakazam causing that to happen. He tells Ash that him and Lucario will have to beat him and Alakazam to get the Lucarionite. Ash accepts this challenge, and the Sage Mega Evolves his Alakazam to battle. The battle itself is pretty short. The main thing here is after a tri-attack by Mega Alakazam, Ash's Lucario gets paralyzed. It struggles at first when it falls in midair due to paralysis, but after Ash's belief in it, it's able to use Mega Alakazam's beard as support to pull himself up and grab the Lucarionite from midair. Turns out, the Sage was actually Korrina's grandfather. This episode then ends with Ash getting a message for his next battle in the Ultra class, versus his rival from the Galar region, B. This is a weird episode tonally. It's a pretty good episode overall, don't get me wrong, but just tonally, this episode is all over the place. The beginning is pretty serious with Korrina's battle taking place and Ash getting the Keystone, but then the middle of the episode is all comedy leading to the end of the episode, which is also all serious. There's just a whiplash in terms of mood. But like I said, that doesn't mean this was a bad episode. One of the best things that the anime does in general so well is show off aura, and in this episode it's done so well. That's why I always had a problem with the Lucario movie. They explain aura like this bond, but it's never really shown in any meaningful way, and here, I really think it is. This episode really makes the bond between Ash and Lucario feel a lot more earned. The battle at the beginning with Korrina was also awesome. It was pretty short, but pretty awesome. The Lucario battle later that Ash had wasn't as flashy, but it wasn't meant to be. It was meant to tell a story. There were also many small details in this episode I caught that made this episode so much more enjoyable. Like, when Ash and Co first get to Mega Island, Korrina's grandfather says he's leaving, both him and Korrina wink at each other, then later in the episode we find out why. Then we also had the battle itself. Korrina's grandfather is extremely strong, but if you notice, he wasn't really going hard in the battle against Lucario. That's because he wasn't really testing Ash's battle ability, he was really testing bond and determination. It's the reason he used Tri-Attack. If Lucario got either burned, paralyzed, or frozen, he wanted to know how Ash and Lucario would be able to overcome that. That was the main purpose of the battle, and as Korrina says earlier in the episode, Ash and Lucario already have a great bond, so they pass with flying colors. And at the end of the episode, when Ash gets the message about B being his next challenger, we see how Korrina reacts, because if you remember, B completely destroyed Korrina the last time they fought. The only negative thing here is that it seems Korrina really won't be involved in the World Championships anymore. Not only does her grandfather talk about the fact that she's now starting to be more like a gym leader, when Ash brings up the fact that he's aiming to go to the master class soon, Korrina doesn't respond or say anything about wanting to do it herself. You could say that's because it's not her episode, but I feel like if the writers had a plan to bring Korrina back in the future, they would have added some line to hint at the fact that she will be returning in the future. In this case, they didn't, and it makes me think that her arc in this story is now done. And that's unfortunate because I really think she's great as a companion character. But other than that, I really like this episode. This is definitely an important one, so if you haven't already, check it out. The next episode is the beginning of Ash vs. Bee. We still don't know what Ash's third Pokemon is going to be in this match, but I'm assuming Surfetched. It'll be interesting to watch. But anyways, that is it for my review of episode 84 of the Journeys anime. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. You can follow me on Twitter at TheRealPDGaming, and that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.